proposed amendment to the existing noise ordinance. Mr. Webb? Sir?
You made some changes to it, or?
It's an amendment, yes, sir. If you look at the item there, it says ordinance 2017-XX, amending ordinance 2016-200. It's probably worthwhile take a minute, let everybody make sure you read that. If everybody would, if you can find it in your packet, you see it, it says ordinance 2017-XX, amending ordinance 2016-400, noise ordinance.
Mr. President, it might be helpful to point out that the only change or amendment has been to add item 3 or paragraph 3.
Yes. Paragraph
this
3
involves noisy animals or noisy people, for that matter.
Yes, and I think one of the reasons that the amendment came up is we've had quite a few complaints about dogs barking at all hours of the night and keeping people awake, and in many cases it's created health problems because, I mean, let's face it, when you're trying to get a good night's sleep and your neighbor's dogs, and there's normally more than one, are barking all night long, that's a significant impact on your quality of life. And so that's why we're addressing it as an amendment to the ordinance, but it's basically about dogs barking.
A couple of questions. Who is going to enforce this?
Well, that's what we're working on with the sheriff's department right now. It would be.
What are the penalties for violation?
Oh, well, the penalties for violation would be
$300. Yeah. First is a written warning, and another fine could be $300.
It'd be the sheriff.
I probably can't vote for it. I have a neighbor that's got about 15 chickens and 6 dogs and a horse.
All right.
But I'll put up with it.
Okay. Okay. I understand. Mr. Clayton?
That's good.
Mr. Lawson? Any comment on that, sir?
Would this prevent, like at the library over there, I think on Fridays they crank up their machine and preaching, just going through that. I heard it last week and I said, well, the noise ordinance, but there, like you say, there's nobody, Lawrence, that we can have to go over there and say anything. I mean, I'm not going to go say it, but does this give the sheriff's department then, after we vote on this, the right to go and say,
well,
shut it down?
If you read it,
I looked at number 3 that Howard said.
with noise, and it would be in the same category if a complaint is made.
Okay.
But quite often what happens is people, they may be upset, but they don't do anything to call the sheriff's department.
Right.
And if you don't call the sheriff's department, nothing's going to happen. It's like some other things that have popped up recently when issues would develop and They, of course, call me, as is their right, but I often ask, well, have you called the sheriff? No.
Right.
So, well, you need to.
Right.
You call the sheriff first.
Yeah.
But so, but this amendment is basically dog related.
Oh, okay, it's not human.
Amendment. Well, it's already addressed.
Oh, right. Well, it's, I like it's reported, like Lawrence said, who's gonna
Sure.
expedite this, so that's an answer today, so.
Okay. Any other questions on the noise ordinance? Okay, moving on. The next one is not. The next item is the noise ordinance for the city of Semmes, and I believe that was something we simply wanted you to have with you to read, correct? And this would not be, this is the noise, or is this the amendment? This is the amendment. Yes, we can vote, if the council wishes to amend the existing noise ordinance to include the barking dog criteria. So, are there any discussions on that?
Approve.
Second.
Okay. Roll call vote. Sure.
Councilmember Watts?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Webb?
Yes.
Councilmember Platt?
Yes.
Councilmember Walshy?
Yes.
Mayor Baker?
Yes.